Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Swati and today I'm going to just talk. Okay, so today let us talk. Today I'm not going to share my screen and not write anything. I will just talk. So I would request you to watch this video till the end. Okay, so basically what I'm going to teach you today is some basic idea of geometry. Okay, so today we are going to study basic geometrical idea, right? So when we talk about geometry, the very first thing that we talk about is point. What is point? You have heard this word many times. But if I ask you, how do you define point? Will you be able to define? Let me tell you how we can define point. Use a pencil, okay? If you use a pencil and you will mark a small dot on a sheet of paper, that small dot is called nothing but a point. So basically, we can say that a point is defined as an exact position or a location on a surface. Okay. So it is very, very much important to understand that a point is not a thing, but a place. All right. Now, you should know that how we can represent point. So we represent point or points are denoted by capital letters. Okay, you can use any alphabets. You know, there are 26 alphabets. You can use any of them, but you have to use capital letters. Okay, now a very, very important point to note that a point has no length, it has no breadth, it has no height. Okay, for example, you can say the tip of a compass or of a nail, or even the corners of rectangles, squares, cuboids are some examples of points. Now, let me just show you. For example, you can see that this is a scale, right? This is of rectangular shape, correct? Now, if I just consider the corner, these are nothing but the points, okay? So this is like, this was an example of point. Now let us understand about what are collinear and non-collinear points. I know students are very much confused between collinear and non-collinear. I'll just make you understand about collinear points. So basically, suppose you are taking three or more points, okay? So now when these three or more points lie on a same straight line, then they are said to be collinear points, all right? Now, if when the like you're taking three or more points, when they are lying on a straight line, they are called collinear points. So automatically now you know what is the definition of non-collinear points. It will be if you are taking three or more points and they are not lying in a same straight line, they will be called non-collinear points. All right. So now I hope you have understood the difference between collinear and non-collinear points. For example, suppose you have few points P, Q, and R. So this is point P, this is point Q, and this is point R. If you will draw a line joining all the points, and if you are getting a straight line, then you can say the points are collinear. And if you are not getting a straight line when you are joining the points, then the points are said to be non-collinear points. All right. Now let us move to the next topic. Okay, so I'm just covering all the basic geometry concept. Okay, so we have understood about point. We have understood the difference between collinear and non-collinear points. Now let us understand about line segment. So basically, I've already made a video on line segment, line and rays, but still I'll just talk about line segment here. Now, how will you understand the concept of line segment? I'm not going to tell you what is line segment first. I'll make you understand what is line segment. So, for example, take a piece of paper. Let me take a piece of paper for you. So this is a piece of paper, okay? Now fold it from the center. So if you want, you can fold it like this. If you want, you can fold it like this. So I'm folding it like this. Now, once you have done this, you will notice when you will unfold it that there is a crease, right? Can you see it? This is called crease, and this crease represents a line segment. Okay, so this line segment has two end points, right? See, you can see that this is the line segment, this is the crease which has been formed, and this is called the line segment, and this has two end points. All right, so let me tell you a very important thing about line segment. Uh, for example, if I just talk about like what are the examples of line segment? So the edge of a ruler, right? An edge of a ruler. For example, this is a ruler, right? And this is the edge. So this edge is nothing but a line segment, okay? Or if you want, you can also say an edge of a paper, just like I shown you, right? I had shown just now. So that is an example of line segment. Now, you have a task. Think of some more examples in your surroundings, okay? Because when you will understand maths in real life, it will be very much easier to understand the concept. So there is a task for you that think of some more examples in your surroundings, okay? Now, let us talk about the next topic, which is line. You have understood about line segment. Now, what is the difference between line segment and line? So basically, if you extend, see, you know about line segment now. So now let us take that line segment, and if we extend a line segment endlessly in both the direction, we get a line. Now, just like line segment, unlike line segment, a line does not have a fixed length. Line segment, we studied that it has a fixed length, right? But in line segment, there is no fixed length. Why? Because as I said, the definition says we can extend the line segment endlessly on both in both the direction, and that will be called line. And because we can extend it endlessly in both the direction, that is why, of course, it will not have a fixed length, right? For example, you have noticed whenever you have done a question on construction, you have noticed that always you see a question like draw a line segment of 6 centimeter. They never say that draw a line of 6 centimeter, because they know that when they will use a word line, it means endlessly in both the direction. We are basically extending it in both the direction endlessly, right? So that is why you will always see when you will do a construction question that when they are giving you a measurement, they will never say line. They will always say line segment. All right, let us talk on the line only. So a line does not have a fixed length, unlike line segment. All right, and it has basically infinite length. Now, I have one important thing for you. Can you draw a complete picture of a line as it extends indefinitely in both the direction? No, right? Because you know that it extends indefinitely in both the direction. That means you cannot draw a complete picture of a line. You can draw a complete picture of a line segment, but on the other hand, you cannot draw a complete picture of a line, because you know that line extends in both the directions for like indefinitely, right? Now, also one more very important information about line, that line contains countless number of points, right? I hope you know that the line or the line segments basically are made up of infinitely many points, right? So yes, we can say that line segment as well as line contains infinitely many points, which you cannot count. Okay, so I hope you have an idea about line now, a rough idea. Now let us move to our next topic. What is intersecting lines? What is the meaning of intersecting lines? Now, have you ever seen the adjacent edges of a photo frame or of a wall? Right, in your room only, if you are present in your room right now, you can see how two walls are, attached. You can see that there will be a line, right? And that line is called nothing but the intersecting lines. Okay, So that is the definition of intersecting lines. Now, wherever the point where the lines meet is called point of intersection. Okay, so let us understand about point of intersection using this. For example, I have taken two pens, right? I'm doing this. Of course, they are intersecting lines, right? And if they are intersecting lines, this point where both the lines are intersecting, that point is called point of intersection. For example, we can talk about, you have seen point of intersection at crossroads, right? Whenever you will see crossroads, there is one thing from where all the lines are passing, right? All the roads are passing. And that point will be called point of intersection. For example, in your alphabet X, you know that X looks like this, okay? X looks like this, which I had shown. So this X, okay, this is a letter X, and this point will be called point of intersection again. Yeah, so I hope it's clear now, the point of intersection. Now let us move quickly to the next topic, which is parallel lines. Now let me talk about parallel lines by giving you an example. You would have seen a racing track, right? Or even electricity cables. You have noticed one thing, that they never meet or cross each other, no matter how far they are extended, right? For example, you have never seen that the racing track, okay, on in the sport ground, the racing track is going to meet somewhere. No, it will always be, at equal distance. Same with the electricity cables as well, and that is nothing but the parallel lines. If you want a proper definition, the proper definition will be lines which do not meet or cross each other, even if they are extended indefinitely in both the direction, they are called parallel lines. For example, you can see me. This is one line and this is another line, right? Even if you extend both the lines infinitely in both the direction, they are not going to meet. Now, suppose you have a line like this and you are keeping another line like this. Here you can see that they are not meeting. But if you extend this line, this is definitely going to meet this line, right? And that are called non-parallel lines, okay? So I hope now the concept is clear between parallel and non-parallel lines. Absolutely, if you know about parallel lines, the lines which are not parallel will be called non-parallel lines, okay? Now, you can see the scale, right? Now, opposite edges, right? Opposite edges of this ruler basically are parallel, because you can see that even if you extend this line endlessly in both the direction, they are never going to meet, because the scale looks like this. The scale is never like this, right? So this is an example of parallel lines, okay? Now, a very important thing. Have you ever heard about this word point of concurrence? I'll tell you about point of concurrence. So basically, you know that many lines, intersect. Okay. So when three or more lines passing through the same point, okay, that point is called concurrent line. Okay. That point is called point of concurrence. Okay. And those lines are called concurrent lines. Okay. Because wherever all those lines are meeting, that point is called point of concurrence, and the lines are called concurrent lines. Okay, so that is the definition of concurrent lines or point of concurrence. Now let us talk about our last topic, which is ray. Right? What is ray? Okay, when I talk about this word ray, you have heard this. You have heard this ray in your real life. Sun rays, right? So all of you have seen rays of the sun, right? So have you noticed that they begin from the sun, right? They begin from the sun. It's like if this is a sun, it begins from the sun, right? That is, they have a beginning point, but go on endlessly in a single direction. Have you noticed that? Yes. So basically, what is ray? A ray can be defined as a portion of a line which can be extended indefinitely or infinitely in one direction only. Okay, that means we can also call it as it has a starting point or an initial point. Okay, it has again no definite length, just like line. All right. So that is the concept of ray. I hope you have understood this. And now I'm going to end this video. But before ending this video, I want to ask you one thing. Uh, if you have understood all the concept, I would really appreciate if you just answer one of my question. And the question is, can you just write down one difference among ray, line, and line segment in the comment box? I would love to read your comments. Please let me know your answer in the comment box. Thank you so much for watching my video. Let's meet next time. Okay, see you.